Hey, what's going on there, guys? So today we're going to go through our mobility drills for our ankle and feet and all the issues that surround around that. This is part one of a four-part series that is for runners to have increased mobility for when they're doing their training out on the road or on the treadmill or on the track or wherever it may be. We're going to address feet today. Next we'll do hips, knees, and then total lower body. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is we need to break up some of the tightness that is in our feet, right? And this will help you guys with from shin splints to if you had a twisted ankle to a whole bunch of different things that you could have had happen, or your feet could just be stiff due to inactivity. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this ball, right? We're going to use a baseball, and we're going to press our feet into the baseball, all right? You see how I'm here pressing my foot into the baseball? This is just like any other foam rolling where you should be doing 1 second per square inch of muscle, right, as we're just rolling it out. So I'm going to do this for 45 seconds, right, and then I'm giving myself 15 seconds to adjust to the next move, and this is what we're going to do for the whole entire workout, okay? All right, let's get going. So as I'm pressing here, I'm intentionally looking for those sensitive spots, right? And when I find one, I park on it. And when I park on it, what I mean is I stop, but I continue putting pressure down into that particular area that I'm feeling sensitive. What you do not want to do is go around and avoid those sensitive spots, as those sensitive spots are the spots that you need to heal. So when you find those sensitive spots, you want to roll on them slowly. You can maybe go back and forth a little bit on it. I also like to pull my toes up at the same time to really stretch out the bottom of that plantar fascia to really expose it to anything that's going on underneath there. All right, good. We're going to go to the other side now. Same thing, but we're going to plant the foot down and we're going to push into it, okay? I like to give 15 seconds to adjust, but 45 seconds of work ultimately and 15 seconds of adjustment. Notice I didn't say rest. Adjustment, as we're just adjusting from one thing to the next. This is not time for you to go take a sip of water or to like take a break. You're gonna adjust, get to the next move, and if you have additional time, by all means utilize it for the work. So same thing, I'm starting now on more the outside, but on the, or I should say on the inside, but on the bottom of the foot, and I'm going all the way up just to where the beginning of the toes are, and then I'm coming down the middle, and I'm still lifting up the toes, and I'm constantly pushing the pressure. Then I come down and I roll back up. All right, remember with this, we are looking for the discomfort. All right, we're looking to find that place. Okay, good. Next thing we're gonna do is gonna go down to our knees with the foam roller, and we're gonna directly roll on our anterior tibialis muscle, right? This is really good for those guys out there and girls that have shin splints, right? As this is the area that gets inflamed, that hurts. So all I'm doing is just rolling on it, right? I'm just keeping the pressure on that tibialis muscle, and I'm just rolling it out, right? If it feels really sensitive, that's probably what you need to roll out. If it's too much, you can put like one knee down and just do one leg at a time. See that? Just do one knee down and one leg at a time. Or if you want to add additional pressure, you can cross one foot over the other leg, right? And help really push out any tightness in that part of the body, right? So now I'm going to adjust to the other side and pretty much going to do the same thing, right? Now, if you did not do one leg at a time and you did both legs at the same time, then it's optional if you want to do another round on both legs. Depends on really your pain tolerance and exactly what it is that you are feeling. But if you did do individually like I'm doing now, so it gives me an opportunity to really focus on one side more than the other, then just do the second round. A lot of times you may not have shin splints in both sides. One side may be worse than the other. So this exercise helps really good in isolating the side that might be more uncomfortable than the other side. Sometimes when it's both sides, we have a tendency to lean toward the comfortable side and take the pressure off the uncomfortable side, where we should be doing the actual opposite. All right, so a couple more seconds. Right over here. Good, excellent. So now, all right, cool. So now we're going to stretch out the calf, which is the gastroc, and our soleus that connects through the calcaneus and all that stuff, all right? So we need to stretch this stuff out to help loosen up the tightness in our calves. And yeah, we're just gonna use this wall as our tool. So the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna have my feet against the wall, right? My foot will be against the wall, and I'm gonna be stretching out the bottom of my foot, and I'm also gonna bend my knee so that I can get into the soleus part, okay? So just watch as I do. As I'm holding this position for the 45 seconds, I'm allowing my body to relax, and as I go forward, I will attempt to move the foot higher up the wall to get a deeper stretch. And about 20 seconds or so in, I'm going to make an attempt to bend the knee. As you see, the knee isn't bending that much because it's really tight in this position. But the stretch is now going to go from my gastroc, the upper part of my calf, and into my soleus. A couple more seconds. Now I'm going to take the same leg, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring this leg back now, and I'm going to stretch out the gastroc. So I'm pushing my heel into the ground, and I'm using my body to push away from the wall. Good, after about 15-20 seconds, now I'm going to bend the knee. As you see how I'm getting down here and I'm bending my knee to help stretch out the soleus. When the leg is straight, we stretch out the gastroc. When we bend the knee, we get down into the soleus. All right? If you notice in this position, you feel pressure on the front of your leg, right? In the front of the foot. In this area, right, all in here, you possibly have some tightness in your talon bone that I'm going to show you how to loosen that up next. Good. Now we're going to go to the other foot. I'm going to do it the same way. All right, give it some. Loosen this one up some more. Good. And let's begin our 45 seconds. Good, and we're bringing the foot up to the wall. As I bring the body close to the wall, keep the knee nice and straight. As I stretch out the toes, and I'm also getting the gastroc in there. And you should also be feeling some stretch going on at the bottom of the feet. And now we're going to bend the knee. We're going to bend our knee. And keep trying to bring that knee as close to the wall as we possibly can. Try and bring them toes up some more. Get a nice, good, deep stretch in there. Good. And now I'm going to bring the left leg to the back. So you want to have a nice stance back. Your heel should be completely flat. As we push our weight into the heel. You know, sometimes I also lift up the toes on the back leg, right? And now I'm lifting the toes up because now I'm activating the anterior tibialis, right? That's the muscles here in the front, which is what I need to activate anyway, right? As we tend to have imbalances in that area. So I'm lifting that up to help with a greater stretch. And then I'm gonna let the foot come down as I bend my knee to stretch out the soleus. Good, nice deep stretch in there. Keep the heel flat and really stretch that soleus out. Excellent, good. So I'm gonna adjust into the next position. So what I wanna do now, especially if I felt that pressure, that discomfort in the front of the foot, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lean, lunge forward. We're gonna stay in this kneeling position. I'm gonna make sure my knee is slightly pointing outward, and I'm just gonna push pressure down, making sure that the heel stays nice and flat. As you can see from here, my heel is nice and flat as I press weight down into the leg as I'm stretching deeper into that soleus, but even more so, I'm getting that talon bone to start training itself to get out of the way. This is really good as we develop further in our series for runners to help them with their ankle health for when they're starting to run, and especially when they want to start doing deep squats, as a lot of times the lack of mobility in that ankle area is why many of us can't squat as low as we need to. It's not always the hips or the knees, sometimes it's the ankle, but you may feel the pressure somewhere else. It's because your body is avoiding a certain discomfort that could be coming from the ankle. So we're gonna hit the other side now, pushing down into this position, trying to get a nice, good stretch still in the soleus. We're also training that talon bone to move out of the way. I'm doing an external rotation from this femur, right? I got the leg, see how I'm pushing it out, right? I'm not trying to stay directly over the toes. I would say the knee should be lined up with the middle toe and out from there, right? And I'm just pushing down and forcing this heel to stay nice and flat. Excellent, good. Let's move on to the next part. Now we're gonna move on to some activation exercises. So the activation exercises are basically gonna be, we're gonna do toe taps and toe holds. So all that we're gonna do is tap our feet, right, for 45 seconds. Now, I'm gonna use this for 3 different rounds, but I'm only gonna do one to demonstrate. Well, basically, we're gonna do 45 seconds of toe taps, just for the 15 seconds, even though it's not a lot of an adjustment. And then you're gonna do 45 seconds of toe holds, where basically we're gonna lift the toes up and we're gonna just hold them there. Now what I'm doing here, I'm not just trying to like smack my feet on the ground. I'm actively trying to lift the leg up as high as I can because I wanna activate the tibialis muscle again, right? We just finished breaking it up. Next thing that we wanna do is to now get blood flow in there, okay? So tap, tap, good. And now, got 15 seconds to let it adjust. If you need to like move your feet around, right? If something got tight in there, you can move it. You can kick your legs out, right? Try and get yourself rid of some of that sensation and lactic acid burn. And then begin. And this time, hold the toes up the entire time. You want to intentionally be mindful of your feet just wanting to relax and come back to the ground. So you're actively, right? This isn't a hold. This is an activation of constantly lifting the toes up. I'm not stopping myself from lifting my toes up the entire time. Good, so let's keep it up. Nice and high, keep lifting, keep lifting. So we would do 3 rounds of this, right? When you're home, you would do this for 3 rounds. You go from one to the other, and you just go back and forth between the 2, right? Until you get a real good build up in this lower half. Excellent. All right, excellent. So the last thing that I'm gonna do to help build the strength, right, in our feet and ankle, we are going to do towel grabs, all right? So basically what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use this towel. I like to make it just a little bit wrinkly so that my feet have somewhere to grab and hold on to. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my toes, I'm gonna grab the towel with my toe. See how I'm dorsiflexing, meaning I'm lifting the toe up, right? Compared to plantar flex, I'm not pointing the foot, I'm lifting the foot up. So I'm grabbing and I'm lifting the foot up and I'm rotating the foot out. So grabbing the towel, nice good grab up and rotate out and then back to center and release. Come back, grab some towel, lift the foot up, rotate out, and then back down. So we'll give this for 45 seconds. Trying to find some towel to grab there, doing a dorsiflexion, and then an external rotation. Internally rotate back to neutral and put it back down. Grab some more towel, lift, and rotate, and then back down. Grab some towel. So you get a little specific with it. You can try and focus on emphasizing using maybe the big toe to pick up for some of the lifts. And then you can move down the foot and then emphasize, trying to use one of the smaller toes to lift up the towel, right? So that all the toes are getting adequate work. All right, so we go to the other foot now. It's gonna be the same thing. Try and find somewhere in the towel where you can grab it. And I'm gonna start with the big toe first, grabbing something with the big toe and then moving down the foot. And externally rotate out, make sure you keep that dorsiflexion and down. All right, let's grab some of the middle toes. Dorsiflex, rotate, back down. And let's go towards the baby toe. Flex, rotate, down. Go back to the big toe. Up, rotate, and down. Middle, up, rotate, down. Now, aside from a towel, you can use marbles, right? Marbles is good exercise. You can also use marbles. You, like say, you pick up one marble, put it in a bucket, and then pick up another marble and put it in a bucket, then grab the ones in the bucket and put them back on the ground. All right, cool. So that's all the exercises that we're going to do to help build happy and healthy feet and ankle, right? Make sure our feet and our ankle are nice and healthy so that when we're running, this isn't a limiting factor, all right? Want to make sure that we're not getting plantar fasciitis, we're not dealing with shin splints, we're not worried about our ankles being twisted, right? Want to make sure that we have nice mobility and stability for all of that stuff so that we can run at our best, all right? Peace out, guys. See you later.